Back live, just processing the latest game, so bear with me if there's some New York traffic because I, of course, like all Scots do, watching the World Cup, are sad that we're not in it. We go to bars and we pretend that we support every other team that's playing, apart from England, of course. But either way, Lionel Messi, and I can already see there's a couple of thumbs down going on because I'm sure people will have some choice words about Lionel Messi in the fact that Argentina are now through to the next round. Call it luck, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm sure there's one person that Higuain will be thanking, and that's Marcus Rojo, who up to that point almost gave away a penalty. They looked at it on VAR. The referee decided that it wasn't a penalty kick, and Rojo was the one that came in clutch with an unbelievable finish at the end. But the reason I want to talk about Messi, and I knew that putting that in the thumbnail, I putting that in the title, people would come in and start going in uproar, right? So the reason that I'm going to bring this up is Messi's first goal. If you think that that is not a brilliant, and I'm talking about brilliant finish, you are out of your mind, so blind by Ronaldo fanmanship that you cannot see past your own, I would say, I don't know, your own biased vision. I have made a video talking about how I think that Cristiano Ronaldo is the better player at the international level and deserves all the credit. But what Messi did on that first goal, his touch, his composure and his finish, gave them the confidence they needed to go through. Their defensive capabilities are atrocious. You are telling me that you expect Messi, now I don't think he had a great game either, but I think that consistently he's under an enormous amount of pressure. What he did for the first goal was exactly what Argentina needed. And you're going to sit here and tell me that just because that they got a last minute goal from Rojo that had nothing to do with Messi in that game? Come on, man. Just get away from this Messi versus Ronaldo back and forth and just think for a moment. This team is so trash, Argentina. They're so bad, right? I'm talking about they are guff. They have no options. They look to Messi, they stand around and they expect more. Now, he could be doing more and he gives up too easy. I'm going to firmly criticize him on that. But the more I watched the game, as I tweeted out and I said, regardless of how clutch Messi can be, that goal was beautiful, but whether he does that all on his own, Argentina are so bad. Like, they're awful. They're relying on Marcus Rojo at the back, who's playing centre-back, who scored a beautiful goal somehow, because I'm in the bar and I'm turning around saying, Marcus Rojo, how he's playing centre-back is a disgrace for any team. Then he goes up and scores on the other end. Higuain, criminal miss at that level, towards the end, should have put that and made sure that Argentina didn't have to rely on a last-minute goal. But if you're going to tell me that that goal that Messi scored at the beginning wasn't one of the best goals of the tournament, then I don't know what to tell you. You don't know football enough to sit here and say that I'm talking trash because I think that that was a brilliant goal. I'm talking about the touch, the finish, but on his weaker foot. That's what Messi's all about, and that's what gave them the confidence to think they can win that game. The fact that Argentina had to rely on a last-minute goal, I'm sorry, but that's not Messi's fault. That's coaching. They have a horrendous coach. They have undoubtedly one of the weakest Argentina teams that I've seen. And I think that people looking at Lionel Messi to do everything in this team, when there's such static movement around, trust me, he needs to be playing better. Let that sink in. He needs to be playing better. Needs to be playing better. But don't sit here and tell me that it's because he's not as good as Ronaldo or blah, blah, blah. Like, this Argentina team has so many more problems than Lionel Messi's inability to perform at the top of his game. Because he can play out of his mind. But they're still going to concede goals. They're still going to be diabolical at the back. They're still going to be giving away possession non-stop. They're still starting Higuain instead of, and they've not getting one of the best strikers of the ball in the history in Sergio Aguero inside the box on the bench. And they wait till the 80th minute to bring him on. They wait to the 80th minute to put two strikers up top when Higuain has done nothing all game, misses an absolute sitter. If I was to make one confession, it would be Messi magic gives them the start. Rojo saves an awful Argentina team. That's what it is, in my opinion. And I've for everyone commenting, yes, I know some of you are disagreeing, some of you have some comments, but Maradona undoubtedly the most entertaining thing I think about Argentina. It's the camera going to him, he's sticking up the finger to the fans, he's clearly having the best World Cup regardless of how atrocious that team is compared to the ones he played in. And then in the other game, Croatia gives them that lift that they needed. Argentina should never have to rely to this point. With the squad they have, they shouldn't have had to rely on last-minute goals from central defenders. That's a given. But don't tell me that it's down to Lionel Messi when the world's best player gave them an opportunity to start with a great pass, albeit, but a beautiful touch, a beautiful finish, gave them the confidence. Whatever he did after that moment, yeah, he should have been involved more. But Argentina themselves gives away the ball far too easy. They themselves have a lot more problems than just Lionel Messi's ability. And at this point, it's just it's down to the Ronaldo Messi bias. I think a lot of people will heap an enormous amount of criticism on him, and I do as well. That's why I did the video saying that I think Ronaldo at this level is above and beyond because he lifts his team, even though the Portugal team I don't think are anything special either. But at this point, to me, it looks like it's Messi got to do everything for them to at least get into this part of the tournament. But going into face against France, I think this French team are overrated also. But plenty more World Cup action coming in initial reactions here. Bam.